My name is Alexis and you are watching Black Girl Guidance, and today I am coming to y'all with a long awaited, long overdue, after months and months and months, another Mantra Monday. Okay, you need to come up with a theme song, but it's Mantra Monday coming to y'all, and this one is very personal to me. I was crying when I just wrote this just now. And honestly, I was going back and forth about what I knew I was going to make a Mantra Monday this week, y'all. But I was going back and forth about what it would be about. I really need to put some lip gloss on. But regardless, I was going back and forth. And I was on my phone just now. And I had been seeing all day the whole people on Twitter dragging Chloe Bailey from Chloe and Halle about her newfound sexuality on her new Instagram. But I didn't know that she spoke out, and she did an Instagram live kind of addressing how everything was making her feel and how it took this time up until she's 22 years old, my age, to find this confidence. And it was such an emotional thing for me watching those clips. I thank God I did not watch the full live video, because I myself, just as many people, not just black women, but specifically as many black women, am on this journey when it comes to loving my body. And it was just so emotional seeing her, saying that this is really just me trying to stand in who I am and show y'all who I really am. And just it was really sad seeing her feel like she had to explain, and also just being so honest about the journey to be that comfortable, which I think not even to shade people, but a lot of people that are having this reaction to her, like a lot of people that are cheering her on as well, we wish that we could be that freely confident and freely sexy with our bodies, and it just broke my heart. Chloe and Halle in general are inspirations to me in many different ways, but in that way she's an inspiration to me specifically as well. And just to see people kind of bump against that confidence that she has built in a way that made her so emotional, it just really broke my heart. And so this Mantra Monday is about our bodies, my body. This is a letter to myself, this mantra. Is it really a mantra, or is it just a letter? I don't know, y'all, because usually the mantras be real short. But I want y'all to listen to this and really take what you need to take from it. There are multiple mantras throughout this whole thing. Usually a mantra is something real short that you can just tweet. And when I share this, I may tweet just a small section of it. But this is this is a mantra, but is a love letter to my body. And this is something that I hope you can take something from it, you all. And it can be a love letter to your bodies that you can say every day, or as much as you think of it. So I done brought out my little notebook, y'all. I love my body and the journey we are on together. This body has endured many years of pain and heartaches with me, helping me stay alive through them all. This body has carried me to my biggest triumphs and my biggest joys. I talk to my body and I give it the best that I can. I intimately explore my complicated relationship with my body. I reject judgments and doubts that are not mine, given to me by individuals or systems. I subtly explore my body and confidently stand in it, because I only have this body, and only I and this body can understand the things that we have been through. I thank God for this beautiful, strong, sexy, wonderful, amazing body. And I just think I I would repeat this over and over, but I'm not right now. That was what I would usually do, but that was a long old thing. But I think for us as black women specifically, and for me specifically, well, let's talk about as black women, and I'm sure this does not directly, relate maybe to Chloe or Halle, but as black women, we are constantly, told what is beautiful and how what we have is not beautiful. We are constantly at physical threat in these bodies from youth, from when we are black girls, whether it be from harassment because of our race, whether it be because of the combination of race and sexuality, the misogyny art that is so rampant in our country, whether it is, from threat of sexual abuse, whatever it is, our bodies are not held to be safe in many spaces, if any spaces. And so when we are able to, despite these things, the internet, school, sometimes our families, all these space, our homes not being safe spaces for our bodies to exist, not being safe spaces for us to become confident and learn and love our bodies in the way that they are, to finally be able, in her case, to finally be able to live confidently in your body is such a joy, and it's something that I hope to have one day fully, and it's something that I hope that everybody hopes to have one day. And even if we don't talk about Chloe, if we talk about Lizzo, if we talk about really any black woman, whether it be because they are seen as quote unquote trying to be too sexy, like, I think that black women are constantly put to like, hey, like, this was fun, but enough is enough. You're getting too confident. You're getting like, and I think that's what happened with Chloe today. But even Lizzo and the fat phobia, on top of all the other things that most black women have to face, and just, it's just so frustrating to see how all of these systems, racism, misogyny, fat phobia, and all these things have play out in the way that we as individuals, that we as black women interact with other black women, in the way that we are conditioned to think that this is not okay, that if a woman is confident in standing in her body, that it's inappropriate, she's a Jezebel. It's all these things, all these stereotypes that have been fed to us by these systems, stereotypes that go back to slavery. We then spew this hate back to other black women. It is so sad. And I think for me specifically, all these things come into play when it comes to just the fact that, I, being a skinny, awkward, big head, big forehead black girl, used to be so not confident growing up, like going to school and stuff like that. And then also, I just unfortunately lived in a house where, because of misogyny, because of other things, people did not know how to celebrate my body. People did not know how to build me up in the body I was in and make me feel confident. And I think to my parents, to their defense, I think that what they did was what they thought they needed to do to prepare me for the mean world that I was going into. But they did that by being mean themselves. Specifically my dad. Which, this is not even, like, despite our issues that I have with him, this is not even a dig or nothing right now anyway. But I just never grew up in a space where it was like, your body is beautiful, your body, like, that's just never what I grew up in. And I never had that space in the terms of like how my body looked, in the terms of becoming comfortable physically in my body, definitely in the terms of like sexually exploring my body and even knowing about what sex was. Like, I just never grew up in that space, So it is so interesting to me when I like see people like Chloe and Halle and see how they're parents specifically have helped to cultivate that confidence that they have. When I see things like Jada Pinkett Smith and her mother and Willow talking about how like they had conversations about masturbation, you know, like that's just not anything I was used to. And I think for me, going on this black feminist journey and really realizing that every part of our society, every single part, every part, including our bodies and the things that we put into them and how we treat them and how we talk to them, is intertwined with all these systems of oppression that I don't fuck with, right? And so, in that sense, you know, I'm not upset about how things, you know, that I wasn't raised up like that, but I wish I was. I wish I was raised in a more radically black feminist home when it came to like interactions with my body. And I think on top of that, us as black women in like my specific journey, you know, we are again in the constant threat of violence in these bodies. And I think that when you face violence in your body, you almost separate from, you run from your body. It becomes uncomfortable. And I think that is something that it sucks to see on the internet. It hurts to see on the internet so many people dragging, especially black women, dragging other black women's bodies. Because, you know, I don't expect much from everybody else, including black men. Like, I don't expect much. But I just wish that we all could see, that we are doing this because these bigger systems have told us that this is not okay when it is. And I think also for me with my body, with me having sickle cell, I think this is the first time that I am realizing how ableism has played a part consciously in how I view my body, and thinking that my body was against me. I was sick because my body was against me, and that my body was wrong, when nobody, including a disabled body, is deformed or defective, or, you know, this is my body that I was gifted by God, and I have to learn to work with and love this body. And it is so sad that I felt that this body hated me, or that this body was lashing out against me, when really this body was reacting to all of the external stimulants, both psychological, mental, as well as what I was putting into it, how I was taking care of it. You know, like, I am learning that this is a journey that I have to go on as a black, disabled, queer woman with my body, you know. That was a lot, girl. But the point is, y'all, it breaks my heart. Like, it breaks my heart. Of all the people I know, honestly, it breaks my heart the way that we speak about our bodies, even if it is quote unquote a joke, even if it is just all these, you know, like, it may seem joking when you say these things about how you're too fat, or you're too this, you're too that, how you need to do this to your body. And nobody is saying that if you want to change things about your body that you cannot go on that journey. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that I want you to know that the body that you were given, no matter what is going on with it, this body is something that you should have this love story with, even if it is a complicated, sometimes heartbreaking love story. Like, you and your body are in a love story whether you want to realize it or fucking not. So strap the fuck up, and you're gonna fucking love this body you're fucking in, okay? And that wasn't even me talking to me no more. I was talking to y'all, because bitch, y'all don't really know. And I hope that my people that are really my friends and stuff watch this video, but it is heartbreaking to me, actually. I mean, I say it every single time I hear it, because I'm not a Debbie Downer and I don't want to be black feminist all the time preaching and stuff. But like, it's heartbreaking when I hear my friends speak down on their bodies. It's heartbreaking because y'all are so beautiful and amazing and wonderful, and have supported me through so much. And it's heartbreaking to hear me speak down on my own body, because, and I have told myself accountable to the fact that this body, like I said, has gotten me through so much. I am still here, oh girl, despite everything that has happened to me. I am still here, and it is not only because of my mental stamina and, you know, my soul, and because of God. God has put strength into this body to push through however many, you know, hospital visits, stressful, emotionally stressful situations, dangerous situations. Like, God put the strength in this body for me to endure those things. God put the strength in this body for me to hike up and down motherfucking Israel with a boot on my foot in pain. Like, that's why I said, through the lowest of pains and the worst of heartaches to the greatest of joys and triumphs, this body got you through them. And do not discount this body. Do not, because of the internet, because of those who whisper doubts into your ears, due to the things that they are struggling with their own body, you know, give them the grace to know that they are struggling, and that is why they're doing that. But also separate yourself and do not let those things stay in your mind. And I want to wholeheartedly apologize to anybody who I have outwardly judged or made feel not confident in their bodies, because in all honesty, it was probably coming up from a place of my own issues. It was probably, if I judged you about your sexuality and how you express it, if I've judged you about how your body looks, I'm sorry. I am truly sorry. And that is also going for myself. I am sorry. I'm sorry, self, girl. Like, I'm sorry. And I know that it's all because we're all on this journey, and we have all been, especially black women, bogged down by this fucking shit. By these systems. We have all. And so I forgive myself for the things that I have done, and I show myself grace. And I hope that y'all show yourselves grace. And I hope that as we continue, we learn. Like, I want us to live in a world where we don't comment on people's bodies at all, especially not in a negative way. Like, I just want, like, we have to learn to check that, girl, because that is white supremacy and capitalism telling us that our bodies have to look a certain way and that we need certain things to be beautiful, and that is bullshit. Okay? Okay? And you heard it here first. Nah, I'm not the first one to say that, but really, I want to empower y'all to go on these journeys with your bodies. Speak to your body every day when it's not feeling good, when it's not treating you the best, when you don't feel confident. Like, speak these words of power into your body every day and live them, live in them. Give your body the best you can when it comes to food, water, when it comes to, you know, vibrations and like the things you say to it. Give it the best. Give it the best, because this body has been serving you whether you realize it or not. And on another note, this came to my mind, greatest triumphs and joys, girl, the greatest, I ain't gonna say what I want to say, but y'all know what I want to say. The greatest moments of release also came from this body. And don't you know, don't shame yourself for any joy, any fun through dancing, through whatever it is that you find in this body. Do not shame yourself or let anybody else shame you, because that is living radically in your black feminist truth, and that is also living radically in this world that has told us not to love our bodies. And that is what your body was actually meant to bring you here to do, is to live joyously within it and experience all the greatest pleasures. Thank you so much for listening to this rant, y'all listen to it. This is really just, you know, I did give a mantra, and in the basic terms, I love this beautiful, sexy, amazing, wonderful body that I am in. Say it every day, all the damn time. Okay? Scream it in the mirror, scream it to whoever is fucking listening, to whoever is not fucking listening, if they decide they want to try you. Okay? I said all that other stuff, but y'all got the gist. Okay? Thank y'all for going on this journey with me. Thank y'all for supporting Black Girl Guidance. Thank y'all for understanding as I deal with my own issues with my own body, as I have to become comfortable to get on this camera and speak to y'all with everything that I'm going through. And yeah, I hope to continue. Thank you so much. Continue making your little corner of the universe the best that you can, and a little bit better every single day. This is my contribution to my corner, and I hope that y'all can continue to contribute to yours. Bye, y'all.